The squad unity last night, I think, was the big thing for me. But look, the first thing I want to say is there's a harsh truth. I think it says it on the thumbnail. There's a harsh truth here because Manchester United deserved to win that game last night. And if it wasn't from magical Manu at the end of the game, and it was magical and it was brilliant and it was a brilliant goal and it was individual and it did remind me of Makeda, even though that was for the title. It was a get out of jail card and it was a moment of brilliance. And the great thing is it wasn't a hit and hope. It was just pure quality. But why are we in that position? Why is that happening? And I think Erik ten Hag has dropped enough hints over the season to what the harsh truth is with United. And I want to delve into that because I think too many people have made their minds up in negative ways. We've seen that this week. We've had some really interesting shows, but very divisive shows around whether Ten Hag should be the manager, whether Rashford should start, certain players, etc. And I just think, I can't guide anybody, but the way I feel at the moment, just to give you a glimpse, is very, very positive. For the first time in a long time, I actually feel positive. I think you've got a new batch of Manu, Garnacho and Rasmus that you can build on, and I want to see more coming through and more new signings in the summer. Rasmus is a signing, Garnacho and Manu have come through the youth. I think there's reason to be positive when you've got three players. And can I just say as well, I don't know why people aren't talking about Garnacho last night. I actually thought he had a really good game. I think if you watch football and you understand football, Garnacho was just really unlucky last night. He would have had a good assist from Rasmus. It was a good save by Sarr. His final ball let him down a few times, but his intelligence on the ball, the runs he was making, the tracking back, everything was right about Garnacho's game last night. He just didn't get one or two assists, which I think he may have done in a different game. I think, yeah, Manu and Højlund take the plaudits, take the headlines. Of course they do. But I don't think Garnacho was far off from being in the headlines as well. And I see some people saying, oh, he had a bad game. I'm like, what game are you watching? He wasn't selfish. He put the work in. He was looking to play the pass. He just didn't get the pass right a few times. But I thought he played really well. And after have three players like that coming through, people talk about what the vision is for Manchester United. Well, we've got three players who are basically teenagers. Rasmus is 20. He's going to be 21 very soon, but it's his first year in the Premier League. I think there's a lot, there's a new batch to really get excited about there. And I think that is a vision in itself. If you look at where United were under Ollie, and where we are with Ten Hag after 18 months, we've got three young players in the team starting. So I think that is something to get excited about. I thought there were holes in the team yesterday, but there were real positives. It's the first time we've got hold of the ball. Bruno said it after the game. The way that we moved the ball was more patient, more deliberate. Obviously, we've got the perfect game on Sunday. So I'm feeling very positive at the moment. But there is realism here. And I do detect as well that we've almost become accustomed to finding the negative. And, I can't control that. You can't control how you feel. But I would urge people to try and put the negative in the drawer. Put it in there and close it away. Because there's been so much negativity around Manchester United for longer than this season, a long period of time, that we may have almost forgotten what it means to be happy and positive and hopeful. And I may not feel like this on Monday morning after the West Ham game, but I do feel about it like it now, and I want to hold on to that because it's a really nice feeling. And I see people this morning, I saw Luckhurst going on about Anthony last night, and I've seen some other people going on about Onana and Anthony, and I'm like, yeah, they are conversations, they are topic points, but not everything's ever perfect. I remember watching United in the 99 season. Guess what? Anybody who's old enough, that team didn't play well every game. We lost some games. Sometimes Beckham was below average. Sometimes Neville was below average. We look back on the past and go, oh, it was just perfect passion, 8 out of 10s every game. And it wasn't. Bruno wasn't perfect last night, but the rest of the team elevated the results. And Bruno probably really good on Sunday. So I think there is reason to be positive. But also, there is a harsh truth here. And the harsh truth is that we will still have bad results this season. And I think we collectively are starting to see what went wrong last night and what's been going wrong all season. And nobody likes an excuse, but the harsh truth is we don't have the squad to cope with 90 minutes football, let alone a season. We are in the position we are in the league, nowhere near the top four, because we don't have a squad good enough to keep up what we want to do for 90 minutes. And that harsh truth has been evidenced and warned by Ten Hag numerous times this season. The reason he keeps talking about Martinez and Casemiro coming back is because when you don't have them, it's like a different team. And that's no disrespect to Eriksen or McTominay or Lindelof or Maguire or Johnny Evans. You know, Maguire's done well this season. Johnny Evans has done well this season. Eriksen and McTominay scored goals this season, but they're not Casemiro and Martinez, but they're also not similar to Martinez and Casemiro. And I think that this is something that when I look at United and I look at the rest of the season, we really are dependent on how bad Martinez's foot can react to games. I mean, I don't think Martinez will actually play on Sunday, if I'm being honest, with how swollen his foot was. And we've already seen what happens when we don't have Casemiro in that midfield. I mean, Mainoo's been a godsend being able to do it. So I think that the harsh truth is that the warnings have been there from Ten Hag all along. We miss certain players in that team so much that we become unrecognisable. That first 45 minutes yesterday has not been Manchester United this season. You know, the ability to control the ball as a team. I've got to say, it was like a personality transplant. Have you ever seen that film, Face Off, with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage? And they're two people, one's evil, one's nice. They swap their faces, and the rest of the world have gone, why is this nice person evil and why is this horrible person nice? And it was like United had a face-off yesterday. It was like, well, for one, we're actually playing good football. We're playing good football here. And we did play good football in the first half. We could have been 3-4-0 up. We had 2 goals disallowed for offside. First half, I'm not going to be a revisionist. We played well and we played good football. The goals we constructed, especially the first 2, were well-constructed goals. We played well and I was like, we can do it. We can do it. But we haven't done it all season. And that's on it. That's the truth. And then the second thing, the fist pumps, the chest pumps. You know, everybody working hard for each other, talking to each other. And I was like, there's 2 things here that we've been crying out for all season. Where's the vision? Where's the patterns of play? Where's the togetherness? And they were all there last night. It was there. I woke up this morning and I had to watch the highlights and I was like, it did happen. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream. It really did happen. Why has that happened? Where has that come from? And we haven't had a pre-season. We've not been on some hot weather training camp in Dubai. We haven't changed the manager. You know, to be honest, yesterday reminded me, and I don't know whether everyone agrees, yesterday reminded me of a new manager bounce. It reminded me of when we've sacked Mourinho and Ollie comes in. It felt like a new dawn, a new start. It really did. And it's hard to explain that when we've got the same manager and we've got the same players and we're in, well, it's February, isn't it? The start of February. It doesn't make any sense. But then so you have to work to make it sense. And make it make sense. And the way I make it make sense is very, very easy. We've got 3 young players who have the right mentality and the right work ethic and the right talent to nurture. But we haven't got enough leaders in the team around them. And you bring in Casemiro and Martinez, and then you've got Varane, and you've got Luke Shaw, and you've got Dalot, and suddenly you've got this, they look behind them and they go, yeah, these guys know what they're doing. As a collective, they know what they're doing. As I said last night, you put Martinez and you take Varane out, it's not as good. You take Varane and you take Martinez out, it's not as good. You put them together and it works. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video because we all know only legends like videos and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching as always.